you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's what Ricky Whitley does. He's better at it than I am. So no, that ain't Santa Claus, I can assure you. What are you doing out here? You gonna say a few words over your mic there? Amen. Can you, hey, you just don't leave me hanging out here, Richie. It's so good to see every one of y'all. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming, and we got a great show lined up. I know you're going to enjoy yourself. You're going to be glad you came tonight, because we certainly are. I got to, before we turn them loose and get them started, just remember now, everybody knows that. These people like to be hollered at up here. If you holler real loud, man, you're talking about getting down, they will do it for you, I promise you. The louder you get, the louder you holler and clap, the louder or the better they'll play for you. But I want to quickly thank some folks that was responsible for all the decorations and putting this all together for y'all tonight. And most of them are from Nashville, Tennessee, that came all the way down here and worked diligently all during the week, excuse me, to put all this decoration, everything you see together. And we just can't thank them enough. I want to, the lady, when we open the curtains and you'll see them on each side of the stage, there's a lady come all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, that painted those things on each side of the stage on the back there. They're gorgeous. And her name is Becky, and Randy Duke is the one that is responsible for all those paintings back there. Okay, Jim and Mary Williams, Brother Jim, he plays the keyboard for us. His wife is the one that works the ticket booth out there. And originally, all these people are some of his people that come from Nashville all the way down to do this, and he kind of got this started. So he's back there. He'll be introduced later on. He'll be in charge of the last half of our show. But that's Jim and Mary Williams. Let's just go ahead and thank them for what they've done. Kathy Richard, are they out? Kathy, where are they at? Kathy, wherever she is, she's here.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, oh, that's right. She's back here, isn't she? Well, okie doke. But anyway, she is one of the main ones that heads all this decoration, all this up. And that's Kathy and Richard. That's her husband standing right back there. Let's just go ahead and thank them too. And Shirley Smith, where's she at? Right there, right on the corner. She's worked diligently too, so thank her for it. Okay, Dot Allen, where's Dot? Right there, she got her hand up. Thank her for that. And this guy that's behind the stage here, Mr. Ricky Haddock, he's playing the rhythm back here. He was big to do in this. Yeah. Teresa and Diane took off work one evening to come up and help us out. Take a hand up, children. Let people know. Thank y'all for that. Charles Scott, he's the little bitty old big one sitting back here in that chair behind the harmonica. But he's one of them, and we'll just go ahead and thank him, if you will. Because believe me, they put some work in decorating and putting all this together for you tonight. And Jan Dixon, she was a great part in it. Thank her. And I want to go ahead and tell you that Artie Rodriguez is back here, and he's on the show tonight. And he has some CDs. If you'd like to carry him home with you after the show, just go back there and just fill up with all his CDs. He might want you to pay him, but I imagine he will. But he does have some CDs back there. And I want to make sure everyone in here knows that about our Leona Williams and Ron Williams concert, that tonight will be our last show for the remainder of this year. Then we'll be back on January the 6th with Leona Williams and Ron Williams out of Nashville, Tennessee. And you will not want to miss that show. I promise you, it's going to be awesome. Leona won the Entertainer of the Year at the ROPE Banquet Award up in Tennessee. So she used to be married to Merle Haggard, and she wrote majority probably of what Merle Haggard sings. And she is an awesome, she's all the time on RFD Network. She travels all, she's on the Grand Ole Opry, she's just about everywhere. You won't want to miss her. And they bring in a little surprise guest with them that is just going to blow you away when they get here too. So remember that, put it on your calendar, because Bill's that you back there doing that to me? Cut your mic off. No. But anyway, don't forget that. And it's our first artist that we brought out of Nashville, Tennessee, since we've started doing classic country music here at the Opry. And we're looking forward to your support, and we are working hard to make sure that you have the best country music theater and the country music, best show you'll find anywhere in this part of the country. And but without y'all, it's impossible. This would all go away without y'all coming, supporting it, and be a part of it. Thank you from the bottom of our heart that y'all come help us out here. And we're going to work hard to make sure that we got the greatest show you'll come to. But anyway, I'll hush and go ahead and get this thing going. You're going to hear a lot more later on. But the first part of our program is going to be our regular scheduled country music show, and then we'll do a few songs, take a little break, and then we're going to come back with our Christmas part of our show. And I see they have some stuff on the table back there, some finger foods and some chicken wings and different stuff's going to be back there, some cake. And if there's enough to go around, everybody just pile back there whenever, and we'll eat it all up till it's gone. Some of them wanted to do that, and I said, sure, it's fine if you want to do that. Bring it on. We'll all eat it up for you. But right now, let's get this show underway and show Roy Hammock how you appreciate him coming, being on our show tonight. Mr. Roy Hammock.
All my exes live in Texas, and Texas is a place I dearly love to be. 'Cause all my exes live in Texas, and it is a place I'd rather be. Rosanna's down in Texarkana, want me to push a broom. Sweet Eileen's in Abilene, she forgot I hung the moon. Allison's in Galveston, somehow lost her sanity. Dimples, who now lives in Temple's, got the law looking for me. All my exes live in Texas, and Texas is a place I dearly love to be. But all my exes live in Texas, that's why I hang my hat in Tennessee. Go ahead. Mr. Jimmy Powell. Buster Watt. Well, I remember that old Rio River where I learned to swim. Brings to mind another time I wore my welcome thin. Transcendental dedication, I go there each night. Come back to myself long before daylight. All my exes live in Texas, Texas is a place I'd dearly love to be, but all my exes live in Texas. That's why I hang my hat in Tennessee. Some folks think I'm hiding. It's been rumored that I died, but I'm alive and well in Tennessee. Thank you, thank you. We're going to do another one by George Strait called Troubadour. I still feel 25 most of the time. I still raise a little Cain with the boys. Gilley's place and smiling faces, Lord, I'm still right here with them, singing above the crowd and the noise. Sometimes I feel like Jesse James, still trying to make a name, and knowing nothing's gonna change the way I am. I was a young troubadour when I wrote in on a song, I'll be an old troubadour when I'm gone. Give that band a hand now. Well, the truth about a mirror, it's that danged old mirror, never really tells the whole truth. It don't show what's deep inside, or read between the lines, really no reflection of my youth. Sometimes I feel like Jesse James, still trying to make a name, and knowing nothing's gonna change the way I am. I was a young troubadour when I wrote in on a song, and I'll be an old troubadour when I'm gone. Sometimes I feel like Jesse James, still trying to make a name, knowing nothing's gonna change the way I am. I was a young troubadour when I wrote in on a song, I'll be an old troubadour when I'm gone. Yes, I'll be an old troubadour when I'm gone. Thank you. All right, we got a cousin of mine coming out here. All of us know her as Peggy Leg, but we're going to call her Peggy Kirk. Come on out here.
South Carolina, soon as the Saturday sun went on down, my folks and sister would go, leave me home all alone, go into that big square dancing town. Well, my old radio would play that old Opry show, so I never got lonesome or blue. I'd fall asleep in my chair and dream that I was right there, just humming the whole night through. When my folks would come home, they'd be humming a song. Mama'd smile and say, child, don't you know there ain't a thing in this world to make you fall in love, girl, like the San Antonio stroll.
Mr. Wayne Martin.
day finally come when my mama said, hon, it's about time you came with us as well. Well, I had me a time, yes, I danced all the night till they rang that old cracked midnight bell. Then the lights went down low, the fiddler picked up his bow, and he played something stately and slow. And my sister Arlene and her husband-to-be, they held hands and began to stroll. It's been away for a while, but it still brings a smile when I think of the way that it goes. Now I'll sing it to you just so we both can do that old San Antonio stroll. Now I'll sing it to you just so we both can do that old San Antonio stroll. Yee-haw. Thank you. Imagine a world where no music was playing. Think of a church with nobody praying. Have you ever looked up at a sky with no blue? And you've seen a picture of me without you. Have you walked in a garden where nothing was growing? Or stood by a river where nothing was flowing? If you've seen a red rose unkissed by the dew, then you've seen a picture of me without you. Can you picture heaven with no angels singing, or bright Sunday morning with no church bells ringing? If you've watched as the heart of a child breaks in two, then you've seen a picture of me without you. Can you picture heaven with no angels singing, or a bright Sunday morning with no church bells ringing? If you've watched as the heart of a child breaks in two. Then you've seen a picture of me without you. Then you've seen a picture of me without you. Thank you.
How about a hand for Peggy Ann Kirk? Does a fine job. You'll get to see her regular if you come here regular, and we hope you will. We hope you'll come back every chance you get. How about all these decorations? Aren't they pretty here tonight? Tell you what, I got to looking around. Next time I'm going to bring me a cotton sack. I believe I could pick about a half a bale up here. They've got cotton stuck everywhere. But it sure looks good. We're all glad to have y'all. Y'all looking good, too. Give yourselves a big hand. We're going to bring a fella out now that we used to have the pleasure of working with for many years, and he's one of the finest country singers I think that I know of. I think he knows every Hank Williams song that was ever written, and he's going to do you some others tonight. One of these nights we're going to get him to do a whole show worth of Hank Williams, maybe, and let him do all that. He's very well off now. I won't tell you all about him. He's well off. That's because he and his wife are in the iron and steel business, you see. She irons all day and he steals all night. So y'all make him welcome. Here he is, Danny Howell.
Pretty paper, pretty ribbons of blue. Wrap your present to your darling from you. Pretty pencils to write I love you. Oh, pretty paper, pretty ribbons of blue. Crowded streets, busy feet hustle by him. Downtown shoppers, Christmas is nigh. There he sits all alone on the sidewalk, hoping that she won't pass him by. Should you stop? Better not, much too busy. You're in a hurry, how time does fly. In the distance, the ringing of laughter. And in the midst of the laughter, he cried. Pretty paper, pretty ribbons of blue. Wrap your presents to your darling from you. Pretty pencils to write I love you. Oh, pretty paper, pretty ribbons of blue. Pretty paper, pretty ribbons of blue. Wrap your presents to your darling from you. Pretty pencils to write I love you. Oh, pretty paper, pretty ribbons of blue. pretty paper, pretty ribbons of blue. Thank you. Appreciate that. You make my eyes run over all the time. Thank you. You're happy when I'm out of my mind. You don't need me, but you won't set me free. Don't you ever get tired of hurting me. You must think I look back with a smile, for you haven't let me wear one such a long, long time. I keep running back to you. How can this be? And don't you ever get tired of hurting me. Somebody must have hurt you in the past, so why take revenge on this one who loves you so? You don't need me, still you won't let me be. And don't you ever get tired of hurting me. You must think I look bad with a smile, for you haven't let me wear one such a long, long while. I keep running back to you. How can this be? And don't you ever get tired of hurting me. Girl, don't you ever get tired of hurting me. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Good job, Danny.
Danny Howell. Great job, Danny. We'll have him back often. Do y'all like steel guitar music? Well, I tell you what, we'd like to feature our steel guitar player every once in a while, and we want to also let you know that we're going to be having a big steel guitar show right here coming up, I think probably in February, so y'all be looking for that as well. And if you haven't ever been to a steel guitar show, it's not just where they line them up so you can look at them, but we'll have a whole bunch of steel guitar players up here, and they'll all be playing some of the finest country music you ever heard in your life. And we're going to dedicate this one tonight. We got some folks here that we really think a lot of, and it's their anniversary, 61st anniversary. Don and Nell Bass, where are they at? Glad to have them here from Enterprise, Alabama. Appreciate y'all coming and being with us. And I understand Doris Barnes has got a birthday, too. Where is she at? There she is, right back over there. And while we're at it, Gay Rice, she got a birthday. Where's Gay Rice? Where at? There she is, right over there. Happy birthday to y'all. We hope you enjoy this one, a little old tune called Winter Wonderland. From Sweet Gum Head, Florida, Mr. Jimmy Powell. Give him a hand. That's the Cottonwood Flash from Cottonwood, Alabama, Mr. Buster Watson. Winter Wonderland, I tell you, it's hard to believe you go outside and it's about 78 degrees out there. We sure do feel sorry for all them folks up north that's wading in the snow right now. We're glad we're right down here in Florida, and we're going to stay here. We want to make welcome a fellow that's going to come out here now. For those of you that haven't been here before, we call this guy the Wild Man. We got a look, yeah, there he comes. You never know what he's liable to do. Might fall off the stage, might throw his amplifier in the floor.
That's Bobby O'Hare getting
You never know what's going to happen. All the way from the state of Georgia. We got anybody else here from Georgia? We got a lady from Georgia right down here. No, you're not from Georgia? Wait, would you like to be from Georgia? Did y'all know the toothbrush was invented in Georgia? Had it been invented anywhere else, they'd have called it the teeth brush. Y'all make this fellow welcome. Here he is, Ricky Whitley.
That's right, the toothbrush. Most of the items selected for wanted in the Waffle House. Anyway, if you are from Georgia, I always wondered what would happen up there if, if you're a couple from Georgia and you get a divorce. I wonder if you're still cousins or not. Here's a perspective. I'm all about perspectives tonight. Merry Christmas, everybody. Here's one from the prisoner's view of what it's like to be in prison on Christmas. It's a waltz. Sure hope you like it. It was Christmas in prison. The food was real good. We had turkey and pistols carved out of wood. I dream of her always, even when I don't dream. Her name's on my tongue, her blood's in my stream. Oh, wait a little while, eternity. Old Mother Nature's got nothing on me. Run to me, run to me, run to me now. I'm a strolling with my sweetheart. We're flowing, my God. Pick it, son. She reminds me of a chess game with someone I admire, like a picnic in the rain after a prairie fire. Her heart's just as big as this whole cold sail. She's sweeter than saccharin at a drugstore sale. Oh, wait a little while, eternity. Oh, Mother Nature's got nothing on me. Run to me, run to me, run to me now. I'm a strolling with my sweetheart. We're flowing, by God. We're gonna play now. Here we go. The big light in the yard turns around with the guns. It spotlights the snowflakes like dust in the sun. It's Christmas in prison. There'll be music tonight. I'll probably get homesick. I love you. Good night. Oh, wait a little while, eternity. Oh, Mother Nature's got nothing on me. Run to me, run to me, run to me now. I'm a strolling with my sweetheart. We're flowing, by God. It was Christmas in prison. The food was real good. We had turkey and pistols carved out of wood. How about it for the band? Merry Christmas, y'all. Here's some Memphis, Tennessee, I believe. Long distance information, give me Memphis, Tennessee. Try to find a party that tried to get in touch with me. She would not leave a number, but I know who placed a call. My uncle took the message and he wrote it on the wall. Help me information, get in touch with my Marie. She's the only one that called me here from Memphis, Tennessee. Her home is on the south side, high upon the ridge, just a half a mile from a Mississippi bridge. Woo! Here we go. Oh, help me information, more than that I cannot add. Only that I miss Marie and all the fun we had. We were torn apart because Mom would not agree. It tore apart our happy home down in Memphis, Tennessee. Come on, Buster. Wayne Martin on the fiddle. Best fiddle player I ever played with. Give me that for us. More than that I cannot add. Only that I miss Marie and all the fun we had. Marie is only 6 years old. Information please. Try to put me through to her down in Memphis, Tennessee. Head home now. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Ricky Whitley, how about a hand for Ricky? Fine job, I tell you. Always good to have Ricky back with us. We're going to bring a fella out now that in his regular job, he's a deputy sheriff, so y'all straighten up. If you need to hide anything, now's the time to do it. He's a deputy sheriff a few counties over here. He said he stopped a lady the other day for speeding, and he pulled her over, and the lady was 85 years old, and she was doing about 70 through a 30-mile-an-hour zone. He pulled her over, said, "Ma'am, I stopped you for speeding. I need to see your license, your registration, and proof of insurance." She just handed him her wallet, said, "It's all in there, son. If you can find it, it's all right there." So he got to looking through there, and he found her license, found her proof of insurance, found the registration, and he also found a concealed weapon permit. And he said, "Ma'am, I see you got a concealed weapon permit." She said, "I sure do." He said, "Have you got any weapons with you?" She said, "There's a .45 right there in the glove compartment." He said, "Is that right?" She said, "Yeah." "And there's a 9mm Glock right here in the console." He said, "Is that it?" She said, "No. I've got a snub-nosed .38 in my purse." He said, "Lady, what are you scared of?" She said, "Not a thing in the world." Y'all make him welcome. Here he is, Artie Rodriguez.
Well, Merry Christmas, everybody. I told the guys we already practiced the songs we were going to do for the second part of the show for Christmas, and I said, we forgot this one song that I know everybody wants me to do. I said, we got to do it before we get off the stage. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, once orando felicidad. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, uns bellos años felicidad. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, once los años felicidad. I play the Spanish for 'em, Jim. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, un varios años felicidad. I said, Grandpa, what's this picture here? It's all black and white. It ain't real clear. Is that you there? He said, yeah, I was 11. Times were tough back in 35. That's me and Uncle Joe just trying to survive a cotton farm and the Great Depression. And if it looked like we were scared to death, like a couple of kids just trying to save each other, you should have seen it in color. On this one here was taken overseas in the middle of war in 1943 in the wintertime. You could almost see my breath. That was my tail gunner, old Johnny McGee. He was a high school teacher from New Orleans, and he had my back right through the day we left. And if it looked like we were scared to death, like a couple of kids just trying to save each other, you should have seen it in color. A picture's worth 1,000 words, but you can't see what those shades of gray keep covered. You should have seen it in color. This one is my favorite one. This is me and Grandma in the summer sun, all dressed up the day we set our vow. You can't tell it here, but it was hot that June. That rose is red and her eyes are blue, and just, well, look at that smile, I was so proud. That's the story of my life, right there in black and white. And if it looked like we were scared to death, like a couple of kids just trying to save each other, you should have seen it in color. A picture's worth 1,000 words, but you can't see what those shades of gray can cover. You should have seen it in color. Should have seen it in color. Thank y'all. Merry Christmas.
Artie Rodriguez, how about a big hand for Artie? Great job. Don't forget he's got his CDs with him tonight, and I know you'll want to take one of those home with you. Make a good Christmas present for somebody. And see, the beauty of a CD is you can buy it now and listen to it all year long and give it to somebody for next Christmas. See, that's the beauty of a CD. All right, we got a lady now that we're going to bring out here before we go to our intermission, and I understand they have some finger food back there. I don't know what that means. I don't know whose fingers have been in it, but they got some back there. But we got a lady that we want to bring out. She's the first lady of Gilley's Place here, and without her and Charles, we wouldn't have Gilley's Place. And we just think the world of them, and when you get to know them, you will too. America, welcome. Here she is, Miss Edel Gilley.
Come on. Just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus is my plea. Daily walking close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be. Oh, I am weak, but thou art strong. Jesus, keep me from all wrong. I'll be satisfied as long as I walk. Let me walk close to thee. Oh, just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus is my plea. Daily walking close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be. All right, what about this band? Come on, give them a hand. play. Long time. Granted, Jesus is my plea. Daily walking close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be. Bless you.
How about it? If you enjoy yourself, we're going to have a whole other half and a bunch of Christmas music for you, so y'all don't go too far. We'll be